Well, in this part of the financial management, I'll cover the time value of money. So this is a part of Unit 1, and I believe in financial management, or even in other branches of financial management like in security analysis, in portfolio management, there are two chapters which are very important and very fundamental. These are very simple chapters but very fundamental to understand finance. One is time value of money, one is risk and return. If you understand these two chapters very well, then you have a good grasp on financial management. So today I am focusing on time value of money. We start with a simple question. A rupee today is more valuable than a rupee a year hence. Why? Suppose you have 100 rupees in your hand today, or if you will have 100 rupees after 1 year from now, do you think both the values of 100 rupees are same? Obviously the answer will be no, because there is time value of money, right? There is a factor of inflation. So what my 100 rupees can buy today, after 1 year the 100 rupees cannot buy the same commodity. That means the value of that 100 rupee after 1 year will be little less. So to understand this time value of money, we need to understand one simple concept, that is called timeline. Why this timeline is important? Because money occurs at different point of time. So if we understand timeline properly, many problems will be solved. Many things we can solve easily. So what is a timeline? See, we have drawn a timeline here, and this timeline starts with a number 0, right, and end with any number, say 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, nth year. So what is the meaning of this 0? This 0 means I am standing today. This is today. Any day we start with, that is the 0 day. So 0 means today, 1 means time unit 1, 2 means time unit 2, 3 means time unit 3. That means it can be 1 day, it can be 1 month, it can be 1 year, right? So if it is today and if it is 1 day, so this is the start of the day, this is the end of the day. If it is 1 day and if it is 2 day, if it is the start of the second day and it is the end of the second day. This is the end of second day, this is the end of third day, right? If it is year, this is the start of the year, this is end of year. Start of second year, end of second year. Start of third year, end of third year, right? Let us just understand this in a better way. Let me take a pen. Okay, so let me draw that timeline once again. Suppose this is my timeline. This is time 0. That means what? This is today. This is time 1. That is after 1 year. If it is, this time gap is 1 year, then this is after 1 year. Suppose this is 2. That is after 2 years. This is 3. That is after 3 years. And this is 4. That is after 4th year. Okay. Now, why this timeline is important? Because in finance, we stand today and we plan for future. So suppose I have some money today, right? Maybe I have some, say, 100 rupees today, right? Suppose I write this 100 rupees graphically. Suppose this is the worth of this 100 rupee today, right? And if I invest this 100 rupees, my investment can earn a return, because always I will not talk about interest. It is the return, interest. So if you invest in a bank, the return is your interest. If you invest in a business, the return is your profit. So if I invest this money today, right, my question may be, suppose I invested for 4 years, how much this money will grow to, right, after 4th year, if my investment earns a return of 10% per annum, right, compounded annually, right? We get the return after 1 year, right? So this is my rupee today, right? I'm investing this amount today. This is my investment, and this investment grows, right? At what rate? It grows at a rate of 10%. This is my investment, this is my return. So my return is earned and that is added with my investment. Again, on that increased investment, my return is earned and added back, right? So after 4 years, my return naturally will become a little larger, right? Suppose this is my 4 years return, or after 4 years the money including my return will become, right? So what is this? This is my investment today at present time, so we call this investment present value, right? PV. And this is what, this is my amount that my present value will become at 10% rate after 4 years. So this amount I am going to get in future, so we call it future value, FV. Fine. So in this particular problem, what I'm trying to understand, if I put some money today and if that money earns a certain rate of return, then how much that money will become after 4 years of time, or after any year of time, any number of years of time. The reverse question can also be asked. Suppose I have this money today, I have this money after 1 year, right? I have this money after 1 year, so after 4 years. So this money is in future, so this is called what? This is called future value, right? If this is my future value, that means I'm going to get some money after 4 years and this money is this much, then what this money is worth today, right? Why these kind of questions are asked? Suppose you are asked that if you invest in a business you are going to, your total wealth will become at this point, right, at this much after a certain point of time. Now I just want to calculate maybe 1 crore after 30 years, how much it is valued today. Because if I ask you, if I tell you that I'm going to give you 1 crore after 30 years, you give me 20 lakhs now. Naturally your question will be, if I invest 20 lakhs, I think my money will become more than 1 crore at certain rate. So that means in an alternative way you are thinking that 1 crore after 20 years, if I calculate present value today, it will be much lesser than 20 lakhs that you are asking from me, right? So in such cases we have certain future value and we are trying to understand what my present value is going to be, right? If I discount that figure. Now when I calculate the future value, I actually apply a rate of return, right, that is 10% here. So my money is small today, it is growing to a larger amount, so we call this particular type of calculation, we call it compounding. On the other hand, if I have some money in future and suppose I'm actually trying to calculate how much it is going to be after it is going to be if I calculate the present value, then I am applying the same discounting rate. In this case I am calling it discounting, right? Now one striking feature in this, that striking feature is, in both the cases I am dealing with single amount, right? In both the cases I am dealing with single amount. Either I have an amount here, so I am going to calculate something in future, or I have an amount in future, I am going to calculate something at present, right? So again, when I'm calculating something at present, I call it present value. Okay, so with this we will have 2, 3 or 4 type of things that we'll be covering here, right? Now first we'll cover, in the first portion we'll cover these first two, and this will come later. First two are what? Future value calculation of a single amount, right, that we have seen in the graphics, and present value calculation of a single amount that we also have seen in the graphics. Now there are certain notations which are important here. What are these notations? The first notation is present value. That means if I draw a timeline, the value that occurs at time 0, are called present value. So in my timeline, the value that occurs in time 0, suppose 100 rupees, I am writing in time 0, so this 100 rupee is my present value. Future value is value that occurs in future, that is nth year, maybe 3rd year, 4th year, etc. Future value. This particular cash flow, maybe in present, maybe in future, or maybe in between, these are called cash flow, and normally we write it as CT, right, as CT. Annuity concept will come later. R is the rate, that 10% rate that we have considered in the last case, that is called R, and N is the number of years. In the last case